Hi everyone, it's Lisa with Ink and Inspirations. Thanks for joining me for week 11 of our 2020 Stampin' Up! Halloween projects. And today we're going to be making this little cat box, super easy, and it fits a little snack bag of candy will fit inside just nicely. So let's get started. You'll need 2 pieces of designer paper, and these are cut at 4 1/4 by 4 1/2. And let's get the Simply Scored scoring tool in here. And we're going to put the 4 1/2 inch side up at the top and score at 1 1/2 and 3 3/4. Okay. Then you flip it and you're going to score at 1/2 inch from each side on the 4 1/4 inch side. And I've done that to both pieces. Okay, so before we get to cutting, I want to show you we're using the Banner Year Bundle for our stamp set and punch. This is in the Stampin' Up! Mini Catalog, August to December 2020. And now we're going to do some cutting on these pieces of cardstock, and it's identical for the front and the back, which makes it really easy. So just giving it a good little crease and just doing it with my fingers so that I don't give it too much of a bend to rip the paper. All right, let's get our scissors and we're going to cut off each of the 4 rectangles in the corners. Okay, there are 2 little ones on this side. And then 2 here at what we're going to call the top. This 1 1/2 inch score up here will be the top of both the front and the back. Okay, so let's get this side ready. Okay, there are our rectangles. So with this project, you could use any designer paper that you have that would be good for Halloween, any colors. You could even use cardstock, okay? I would suggest use a really good adhesive like our Stampin' Seal Plus or the Tear and Tape. And even on this, for this little box, I'm using our Stampin' Seal Plus to get a good stick. Okay, so I've got all of these off. And now you can leave these top corners just as is, but I'm going to round these. And so I'm slipping it into the detailed trio punch and rounding the corners. And then again, it's the 1 1/2 inch side score. That's the top, and then the other 2 little tabs are going to form the bottom. Okay, there we go. So now, this side is going to stay up. I'm going to call that the back. This is going to be the front, and the front is going to fold down. So that one I'm going to give a good crease so it'll want to stay. And then you can also use a little bit of adhesive to hold it down. Okay, so we want to put this together using the bottom tabs first. And so I'm going to put the back bottom tab over top of the front, okay, so that there's not a seam there. So let's take this front piece and put some Stampin' Seal Plus, or again, you could use Tear and Tape. And I'm just going to line up those bottom pieces, edge along that score line, okay? Then we're going to do this and pull these sides together. So I want to use the front tabs again. Put a little row of Stampin' Seal Plus and just come across. Now I will tell you, this tab will not go all the way to that fold, okay? It goes about halfway, so don't try to force it. It won't, your box won't be put together correctly. It'll put too much stress on the front and make it buckle. So it goes about halfway, maybe a little more. So I'm just do that and give it a good press. Then you can take your bone folder and press down on each side. And now you see how we have our little box. Okay, let's decorate it. So first, I am going to punch a piece of Cajun Craze with my 2-inch circle punch. All right, and then I am going to take a little sponge dauber and go around the edges. So let me find one that'll work with my black. I'm going to use my Memento black ink. This one should do. Tap that on there and just go around the sides. Okay, that's going to make that stand out from there. Oh, let me get this a bit more. Okay, so now to go over top of that, I'm using some of our black glitter paper and our cat punch from the annual catalog. So let's just slide that little baby in there, give it a punch, and that is going to glue right there over top. So let me go ahead and adhere this to the front, and it's going over this flap, okay, and then the cat. All right, so now let's work on our sentiment. I'm using right here this A Treat So Sweet, and I have my Cajun Craze ink pad and a Cajun Craze 1/2 inch strip. Now I'm going to cut this down a bit because that is way too long, but I'm going to do that. And then, oh, I need my Memento black ink, not Cajun Craze. Okay, and I'm going to line that up on my grid sheet and then stamp A Treat So Sweet right in the center. Okay, now I'm going to punch this with my Banners Pick-a-Punch. So I'm going to cut off and leave about a 1/2 inch on each side, okay? A little bit more than that. Okay, so let's see. That's going to slide right in here in that 1/2 inch. So I'm going to flip it over, okay, and punch. Okay, that did pretty well. Okay, we're going to slide it in again, and I may need to add a little tail to it here. So let me add a little bit of adhesive. That's another reason for leaving it a little long, is so that you can hold on to it, but we're going to do this. Slide that in, have a little handle on there now. Center that up, and let's hope I left enough on the edge there. And it is just fine. Okay, so now I can take this little Stampin' Seal and center that right here. And then I have the metallic mesh ribbon already tied in a bow with a glue dot on the back, and I'm just going to put this up at the top just like that. Okay, there's our little treat for this week. I hope you'll give it a try. Visit my website at inkandinspirations.com. Get all the details there for this project and all of my 12 weeks of Halloween projects. And I'll see you one more time for Halloween project next week. Take care. Bye-bye.